Hey everyone, Dylan here with XOTIC PC. Welcome to our product overview for the all AMD MSI Alpha 15. Let's start off with the specs for this machine. For the CPU, it's an AMD Ryzen 7 3750H processor. For the GPU, it's an AMD Radeon RX5500M with 4GB of GDDR6. For memory, it comes with 8GB of DDR4 at 2666 MHz, and that is upgradable up to 64GB. For storage, it comes with 512GB of PCIe NVMe SSD. For Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, it comes with KillerLand E2600 AWCB375NF 2x2 802.11ac plus Bluetooth 5.0. For the power supply unit, it comes with a 6-cell 51Wh lithium-ion battery and a 180-watt AC adapter. The MSI Alpha 15 also comes with a 15.7-inch thin bezel 127Hz IPS Full HD display. Let's move over to the ports and exterior for this model. On the left side, you can clearly see the microphone jack, the headphone jack, USB 3.2 Type-C port, USB 3.2 port, mini display port 1.2, HDMI 2.0 port, and the LAN port. Moving over to the right side, you can see the two USB 3.2 port, the micro SD card reader, and the power outlet. The MSI Alpha 15 is the world's first 7nm gaming laptop, featuring an all AMD combination of a Ryzen 7 3750H CPU and a 7nm Radeon RX5500M GPU. The Alpha 15 rewrites what gaming laptops can do in its price range, with a new Thunderbird logo that represents its soaring spirit and sporting a combination of raw power and innovative MSI technologies in a slim chassis. The Alpha 15 is truly the first of its kind, with a quad-core AMD Ryzen 7 3750H CPU and the world's first implementation of the latest AMD Radeon RX5500M GPU with 4GB of GDDR6 memory. The Alpha 15 is built with the requirements of gamers in mind. Also, there are classic MSI features that you know and love, including the high refresh rate on the FreeSync display, the SteelSeries RGB keyboard, giant speaker technology, killer LAN and Wi-Fi, and most importantly, Dragon Center. Featuring an astoundingly thin bezel 120Hz display, this laptop is something to behold. The immersion created by the bezels is next level, creating a truly unique experience for a very reasonable price. If you're looking to game on a budget, this is one of the very best models on the market. The keyboard features a single backlight with anti-ghost and silver lining keys. The red backlight shines quite well, and the keys have a nice matte finish that feels great on the pads of your fingers as you type. The keyboard also features a full number pad for great accessibility. This is a solid keyboard that complements the rest of the model very well. With an A panel that features two diagonal accent lines in the new MSI Green Eagle logo, is a cool looking model when closed and even cooler when open. The B panel is an all matte gray plastic and features those extremely thin bezels that I spoke about earlier. The C panel is a shiny silver plastic that highlights the backlit keyboard quite well. Overall, the MSI Alpha 15 is a durable model that remains light and portable for a reasonable price. Included in the box is the 135-watt charger, the manufacturer's guide, and the warranty information. Once we take off the back panel, we can clearly see the battery, the fans, the CPU and the GPU, the SSD slot, speakers, the Wi-Fi slot, and the storage. Now we're going to move over to some benchmarks for this machine. We started off with the Firestrike test. On that it scored 10,269, which is better than 55% of models tested. After that we did the Cinebench test. On that it scored 687 CB. And finally we did the superposition test. On that it scored 7,849. Moving over to some game tests, we started off with the Division 2. On medium settings it averaged 69 frames per second, on high settings it averaged 54 frames per second, and on ultra high it averaged 44 frames per second. After that we did Tomb Raider. On medium settings it averaged 77 frames per second, on high it averaged 55, and on very high it averaged 49 frames per second. For the last of our game tests we did Dirt Rally. On medium settings it averaged 92 frames per second, on high settings it averaged 74 frames per second, and on ultra high it averaged 72 frames per second. If you're looking to put a personal touch on your machine, be sure to check out our extensive customization options before checkout, including upgrades available to the CPU, GPU, RAM, storage, cooling, overclocking, custom paint, hydro and graphic wraps, laser etching, and much more. If you'd like to take a closer look at any of the specs or benchmarks that we've provided, make sure that you pause the video on the one you'd like to view closer. If not, always be sure to check out the product link in the description, or leave any comments down below if you have any questions for us here at XOTIC PC. This has been Dylan, thanks for watching, and be sure to hit subscribe for future product overviews and reviews.